Forever Dog.
Welcome to Forever Dog. You can listen to this podcast ad-free on Forever Dog Plus by signing up at foreverdogpodcasts.com/plus. And make sure to follow us on social at Forever Dog Team and check out all of our podcasts at foreverdogpodcasts.com. Thank you for your support and enjoy the show. This episode of Double Threat is brought to you by Raycon wireless earbuds. Whether it's for work or play, a lot of us are on the move this summer, and my advice to you is don't leave home without your Raycons. Whether you're listening to your favorite podcast or the hot new YouTube video or the sweet sounds of former Supergrass frontman Gaz Coombs, now pursuing solo projects, a pair of Raycon wireless earbuds in your ears can make all the difference. You'll get crisp, powerful beats at half the price of other premium audio brands, and Raycons look great and they feel even better. And right now, Raycon is offering 15% off all their products for Double Threat listeners. And here's what you got to do to get that discount. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom and Julie. That's buyraycon.com/Tom and Julie. And there you'll get 15% off your entire order. And it's such a good deal, you'll want to grab a pair and a spare. That's 15% off at buyraycon.com/Tom and Julie. Thanks, Raycon.
Forever Dog.
I got you a present. What was it? You got it in the mail a couple days ago.
Tom got me the best present ever. Columbo and the Helter Skelter Murders.
Oh my God.
This is all of my interest in one paperback.
In one book.
Oh my God.
And
excuse me,
speaking
miss.
of it,
I'm looking for Bobby Beausoleil. Is any chance I could talk to Lots of Papa? One more thing, Lots of Papa. Anybody seen Shorty Shay around? No, it's a real book that
it's amazing.
It was like a Columbo novelization from the 90s that seems just straight up insane. Ronnie Bronstein told me about it, and I immediately was like, that's not real. He's like, yes, it is. And then I was like, okay. Well, then I found it, and I was like, I know exactly who's getting this.
You're the best.
And
I love
it was only $75,000.
It was worth every penny. I'm not going to say, oh, you shouldn't have spent that. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Columbo checked out the suggestion that Leno LaBianca might have been mafia connected and that his murder was mob related. He learned that LaBianca was known in the Italian community for having no mob connections. Columbo interviewed the Manson girls. It was a frustrating experience.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Yeah, I wonder how that must have been.
Excuse me. Looking for Patricia Krenwinkel.
Yeah. Excuse me, can I talk to Zizo Zizad Frack Glutz, please?
I just watched The Two Jakes last night.
How was that?
Want to hear my review?
Yeah.
Needed more Jakes.
It needed more Jakes. That's what people have always said. Who should have been the third and fourth and fifth even Jake?
Jake Johansson, Jake LaMotta, Jake Tapper, Jake Fogelnest.
Yeah. And then Jake Johnson from The New Girl.
The New Girl. The Two Jakes I thought was interesting in that Nicholson was very choosy about what he decided to keep, period, and when he would just leave his Ray-Bans on and wear one of those cashmere 90s sweaters that guys that age like, which is just the the cashmere sweater with the collar.
Yeah. So he would go out of period when he clearly couldn't. He was in director mode at that point, I guess, because he was directing.
Yeah.
And so would he just be like, I'll just jump in and do this scene. And they're like, you're not in wardrobe yet.
Yes,
and he's like,
I am.
Like, you're wearing a Lakers shirt.
And I'd watched Chinatown the night before,
Mm-hmm.
and he's so committed, and he's in those fabulous like 30s suits that are just tailored impeccably. And who do you think would have been better than Polanski in that role of like, hey, kitty cat, I got your nose?
Bruce Dern.
Yeah.
Bruce Dern would have been better than Polanski.
What about Edwin? Oh, I got your nose. Remember?
Edwin?
Edwin.
I thought you were saying Fred Gwynn. Suddenly,
Fred Gwynn and Edwin harmonizing. They both do the lines at the same time, but one is at like a higher register.
he's like, "Oh, kitty cat!
kitty cat.
We got
Oh.
a kitty cat here.
You know what
Ooh.
happens to nosy kitty cats?
Oh,
They lose their noses.
And he cuts them, and he's like, oh,
Oh no!
oh, Lily, I cut the kitty cat's nose, Lily. Oh, Grandpa. Okay, and it's like Roman Polanski has to just tell him, it's just like, you are
Back to
not,
one.
you're not doing the monsters now, you idiot. This is not the monsters.
This is the monsters.
Oh, okay. Oh. And then they're just like, yeah, Fred Gwynn's got some problems.
But Edwin he's like at craft services, like stuffing his face with hot dog buns.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the hot dogs. He's got like 4 in at a time.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Ed Wynn does at the craft service table. He sees 4 hot dog buns connected. He goes, oh, a piece of bread. And he picks it up and he just munches into it. He thinks it's just one big piece of bread.
I might have a few things in common with Edwin then. I would love to just get a bag of those potato rolls and just eat them as a one solid piece. Challah bread style.
Challah back. As you know, I sent you photos last weekend. I was away and I went to this pinball museum type of place in Vermont.
Yes.
And I played the Munsters pinball game, which is new-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great. And when you hit a certain level, like, what is that called? Tom, I know you're like a pinball expert. When you hit a certain level and then
Kind
like
of a pinball wizard, some have
I know
said.
you're sort of a pinball wizard.
Some have said my name is Tommy, so I'm a pinball wizard. But that's not my place to say.
People are like, how do you think he does it? And Elton John's like, I don't know.
They don't know.
I don't know what makes him so good.
So if I'm
So you get to a level and then there's like a little miniature, like there's the mini flippers on the inside and then there's like little tiny balls that come out and you have to use the little mini flippers.
yeah,
What's
there's
that
like
called?
there's like a little game within the game. In like one of the
I
upper
love
corners.
that.
Yeah, those are so
I
much
love
fun.
that. That's fabulous. So anyway, on the Munsters game, that's Grandpa's laboratory.
And it's like you hear all sorts of clips when you like do you hear like him going like and him going like Hyman.
If anyone is listening who could buy us each 3, we want 3 Hermans. We want 3 Munsters pinball games in our respective homes because unlike the George Lucas talk show guys, the 3 of us don't live together.
Yeah, no, we don't live monkey style in one house where we can just share the pinball machine and do a little sign up chalkboard.
And by the way, even if we could, I'd want my own.
Yeah, no, if we would want to be like the Beatles and Help when they had their little 4 separate entrances to their places and they were all in the same home, but
need
they had 4
space.
different styles going on.
So I want you to guess, Tom, of all the pinball machines that were there, and there were some like the classics. It was one of the best. It rivals, if not exceeds, the one that we went to together in New Jersey. Where do you think, which pinball machines do you think had signs on it that said, give someone else a chance?
Let's see. Which one said give someone else? I would say, so probably new ones, obviously. Probably Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
Munsters.
Nope.
No, okay.
But you're close thematically.
Sure. Addams Family.
Yep.
Okay. Give me a hint. Is there another one that had a sign?
Yeah, there's 2 more, and they're both like 90s.
Okay.
Like early 90s is one, and then like late 80s. Or
So they didn't have did they have a Stop the Steal machine there? Where you get into the multi-ball is storming the Capitol?
And then the
Storm the Capitol. Suddenly, multi-ball. And it's just all people try to shoot over the wall. Like you have to shoot like over a little wall, up a ramp that gets you over the Capitol wall.
And then you see like little clips of like Gavin McInnes's talk show, like his YouTube talk show, where he's like,
it's kind of a gang. Proud Boys is kind of a gang. You see him do the thing. Then you get the QAnon shaman is like Rudy from Funhouse with the mouth, and he's like, I can only eat organic pinballs. And then you have to hit the ball in his mouth. It's like, oh!
Such a good idea.
The door was open. I just walked in. Great excuse.
Okay. Here's a topic for a future episode.
Yeah.
The double threat pinball machine. What would it be?
Perfect. That's a perfect topic.
Tom just opened a huge brew.
No, coffee. It's coffee. I'm not.
White Claw.
I promise I'm not drinking White Claw. White Claw is so disgusting to me.
I think the Stop the Steal pinball machine is so brilliant.
Oh my God. Could you imagine
I can't believe how good, because there's like AOC and Nancy Pelosi are in like the corners, like hiding behind doors. And that's like the ultimate, like.
Oh my God. So you're trying to get in there to them?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Mike Pence. Mike
Pence like ding, 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 ding.
All the drop down targets should be Mike Pence. Or what if they just have all of the quote unquote heroes of that day? The jerk at Pelosi's desk.
Yeah,
the guy with the podium, the guy carrying the podium.
Oh, we could have Jay Johnson have like the story of Everest in the middle, where all these pinballs like fall off of a shelf.
Yeah,
and that's the multi-ball is like they all fall off the shelf.
That's perfect. The music should be Ariel Pink on the machine. Ariel Pink does the music. And then just like you get to the one thing, it's like, and there I was standing on top of Everest. And then all that's like multi-ball, storm the Capitol. And then it's just like when he trips backwards, all the pinballs come down.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Oh my God.
What's the longest you've gone where you haven't shaved?
Like 10 days.
What happened?
I looked like Salvador Dali. I had a giant twirly mustache and goatee.
It was like 2 paintbrushes sticking out in either direction.
Yes.
That's just how it naturally grew.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was very, very sculpted. No, it was just scraggly.
I picture you with stubble as like, you know, when a dog takes a bath and it like starts rubbing its face against the rug, like just being like, "Ugh!" Like I picture you with stubble being like, "Ugh! I wish I was the way I was before."
You're not far away from it. I did not like it. It just wasn't comfortable. I just didn't. I feel generally if I'm doing that, it means it's not a great stretch right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's usually kind of a giveaway.
On the street with stubble, maybe don't be like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going, buddy?"
You could say that, but just don't say like, "Hey, the show's not as good as it was anymore. Just want to say that one thing you did was terrible."
Is this helpful?
Yeah, this helps, right? Because I'm just showing you that I'm just not a pushover, and I'm just going to say I like what you do.
That way, when I compliment you, you'll know I mean it.
You'll know I mean it because I actually told you that you're terrible to your face, which is like shows that I'm my own person, and then my compliments have more value.
What did this happen at Gelson's? And who do I need to kill? I will kill them.
It's not happened in a long time, but it used to happen with frightening frequency. Somebody would come up to me and figure it's just like, I'm not just going to say I like the show. It's like, I'm going to say something really negative. And it's like, why?
To stand out, man. so he doesn't forget me like other fans.
Yeah, trust me, I haven't forgotten you.
Well, if that ever happens next time I'm in LA,
Mhm.
I'll just put it this way. I'm a good driver, but I'm a really bad parker, and I've hit a lot of things.
Okay, I like
And
that.
I could accidentally hit someone
Mhm.
in a, I don't know, grocery store parking lot or I don't know, like a side street trying to quote unquote parallel park.
You know who was a good parker?
Mm.
Monique.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Double Threat.
Yes, and my name is Tom, and I'm here with
Julie.
Julie, and we are both here with Brett.
Brett.
Yeah, Brett. Who?
Brett.
Yeah. Who has?
Neither of us are on Twitter. Tom and I aren't even on Twitter anymore.
No,
Oh, I am.
no.
I
of
know.
course you are.
That's
You're
what we're
coming
saying.
on-
That's the point of what I was saying.
It did not take long for you to become one of the true villains of Twitter.
I just go on to like, oh, do you see Dylan Farrow is following me?
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting.
Congrats.
But no, I don't use Twitter except for anything besides making fun of Bob Weedy.
Good for
But
you.
like, I don't go on anymore because Brett is doing the work.
No, Brett is now just straight up bad guy.
It's tapping into my I was a big pro wrestling fan when I was a kid, and it still am, but when I was a kid, big time, and I always loved the heels in pro wrestling. So I feel like I don't know what it is, but something being on Twitter has tapped into that part of my brain where I just am feeling like I love being the heel on there.
Mm-hmm.
You're a bad guy. Make you something sad guy. How does that song go?
Boo beep, boo boo beep, boo 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 beep, boo 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 boo.
I'm the bad guy. Duh. Dee 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 dee.
Yeah, no, but Brett is a straight up Brett's a straight up villain now. He and I recognize it. Like I kind of see it and I'm like, yeah, I remember what those days were
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just gonna tell you, Brett. Just tread lightly.
Don't listen to Tom. I say go out with a bang. I said tread hard.
I want to live the full life cycle on Twitter, but I want to live it quickly, like an
Burn out.
accelerated Twitter life cycle.
Absolutely. Burn out. A quasar.
So you want to be like an
I
insect.
want to go out like a supernova about 6 months from now, and then you'll never see me on there again. But it's going to be quite a ride, so join it at BREYYYATTT
He
on
stopped
Twitter.
promoting our show's
He's-
social media.
Yeah, he's done
He doesn't
promoting
even-
our show or
he's
any
done
show on
promoting
Forever Dog.
Forever. He doesn't even promote the Forever Dog
Mhm.
Twitter.
Brett, here's an idea for a show for Forever Dog, and you take it or leave it, but I'm telling you, you better take it because it's a winner. High Heels, a show called High Heels. You get former wrestlers to talk about marijuana.
Nice. Are they high during the show?
Yeah,
Yes,
Okay.
if you have to ask, you don't know.
yeah, High Heels, and you
Just
get
wanted to clarify.
wrestlers to rate and review different strains of weed.
That's great. That's great. We'll get Buff Bagwell on there. We'll get
Buff Bagwell.
You think you can get Buff Bagwell?
I don't know.
Buff Bagwell. That is the silliest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
Is he like a villainous, like the guy at the grocery store who like bags your groceries? But he's really like buff. He's like a
Yeah.
muscular guy that like puts the bread on the bottom and then he puts the cans on top of it so it smushes the bread.
yeah. Well, then he Buff don't bag so well.
And then he like drops it and he's like, oops. And then the jar of tomato sauce gets everywhere and he's just like, sorry.
Yeah, he goes, oops, I did it again. The sauce broke in your bag.
It wasn't my fault.
It wasn't my fault, even though it was. And then everybody's like looking at this wrestler working at the grocery store. Not unlike the movie The Wrestler. Remember Randy the Ram?
Todd Barry is the manager of the grocery store.
Yeah,
Remember?
and he worked with Randy the Ram. So High Heels, Brett, you take it.
I love it.
I just need a credit on it.
And you can add a drag component. You could have some
Yeah.
of the girls in their high heels.
I love that. Yeah. So different meanings of heel. High remains the same, but then heel is sort of interchangeable as a pun. I like that. I'm gonna put this into production this week, if that's all right with you guys.
Please don't. It's because it's not okay with us because we own it and it's our idea. And Tom,
yes,
you and I have this idea, right? It's our idea.
It's our idea. No,
it's our idea, and if you do it, we'll be so mad.
Yeah,
but I feel like I get it. I get the idea. I feel like I can execute it well and to your vision. And
well, it's got then fine. Double Threat presents.
I've been at
Forever
fancy
Dog.
stores. I say, "Oh, I like that jacket. I get that jacket." That don't mean I put it in my shopping bag and not pay for it.
Look, no one else can do this show the way I can do it. I'll give it, the love and attention. I get it. I get it at a level that other people won't get it at. And I think I can really knock it out of the park.
Give me 2 guests you'd book on High Heels.
2 topics.
All right, 2 guests and 2 topics. All right, so first guest that comes to mind would be, really the classic heel. So good at being a heel that he almost became like the hero. I would have Ric Flair on the first episode, and we would review Seth Rogen's new weed that he just came out with. So it'd be like a big, because you need to resonate, for the first episode.
He can have the idea. He knows what he's doing, Tom.
Thank you.
I'm backing off.
That's a hell of a first episode.
A Forever Dog production, Double Threat presents High Heels.
Yeah, this is like our S-Town.
Yes, this is our S-Town spinning off of, and boy, that was a satisfying program, wasn't it? Boy, that wasn't just all front loaded.
Episode 2 would be Jinx Monsoon and vapes. We do vapes with Jinx Monsoon. I'm sorry, I'm just going to write all this down. I'm just going to get started on this.
Sure.
Right now.
And who's going to be the host of High Heels?
That's a good question.
What about the whole staff of Gawker that Hulk Hogan put out of business?
Yeah.
How about they host it?
That'd be great.
Because they really were the heel. Because he's a classic hero of wrestling. He was a heel at some point though, but it gets very complicated.
He and Bubba the Love Sponge cuck each other every week. Oh, you got cucked, brother.
Well, I would say that should be a show called Cuck Cuck Cluck, where they review different fried chicken. They Bubba the Love Sponge and Hulk Hogan go to different chicken places around town. And then
this is a spicier coating.
Yeah, this breading is pretty spicy, brother. Hand me my Sprite, brother. I picture Hulk Hogan drinking Diet Sprite.
Absolutely. As soon as you said Sprite, I thought, perfect.
Sprite, which gives you nothing, no caffeine, only sugar and calories.
Well, also Diet Sprite straight up tastes like Joy, like the dishwashing fluid Joy, but like the old kind were before they started selling them in the little containers where they're like, all you need is a drop, but they'd have like those big containers when you were little, and you'd just be like, bah, bah. You put it on the dishes like you were putting syrup on pancakes or something.
Yeah, that's so fun. Yeah, exactly. You're burning through a fair amount of joy.
Oh yeah.
Well, speaking of joy, this is going to be a joyful episode today.
Yes,
we've got several kids joining us today for a special kid-centric episode of Double Threat. Trying to hone in on the youth market this week.
Yeah, because let me just say, I realize the demo we play to might age out.
Skew older than perhaps is ideal for a technology such as a podcast.
I have to look up half the stuff.
I'm going to say our Ed Wynn, Fred Gwynn references early in this episode tell the tale right off the bat that we are maybe not exactly catering this show to tomorrow's listeners. To tomorrow's podcast listeners. Yeah,
and before we start a TikTok or we, get cool new haircuts, we want to take the temperature of the next generation and see what we can do to accommodate perhaps people that are slightly younger than the people who wrote for the Munsters that we're still trying to book on the show.
Yes, still trying to get someone who wrote on the original Munsters. Pretty much this show right now serves as the perfect soundtrack for the real life co-stars of the movie Ghost World to listen to when they drive from yard sale to yard sale. That's pretty much who we're catering to right now.
David Cross's character and Steve Buscemi's like farting roommate.
Yeah, and we're just like the things where people are like, "What? Your grandmother's dying, and she had all those records. I'm gonna come over and just check around, look around."
And
okay,
then,
I'll just,
they hit play, and we're like, "Oya Kodar!"
yeah, yeah, great. Another Oya Kodar reference. Our show has. I can say this with podcasting: no show has ever made more Oya Kodar references.
Oya, 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 Oya.
Her show, Oya, Oya.
We'll do
doesn't
another.
make as many Oya Kodar references.
Double Threat presents Oya, oh boya.
Oya oh boya is perfect.
Thank you.
And so this
look how Brett isn't trying to steal that idea.
Yeah. No, so far our production arm here at Forever Dog, we have High Heels, Oya oh boya,
and Cuck Cuck Cluck, or what was it?
Cuck Cuck Cluck. With Hulk Hogan and Bubba the Love Sponge.
Yeah.
Driving around eating fried chicken.
But we want to do things that are more exciting to the children of tomorrow and today.
Yes, we've got to get them on board. Otherwise this audience ages out and then we're stuck with like it's like a doo-wop show all of a sudden, like playing to people who just aren't there anymore. We're not going to go down like that. We're going to get the kids on board early and find out what makes the kids tick.
And by the way, with the doo-wop show, you know what happens is we get old and then they replace us with younger, like the way they did in Jersey Boys. They just cast like 20-year-old kids that be like, doo doo doo. How do those songs go?
Doo doop doo be doop.
So I don't need to be replaced by like a 19-year-old Julie doing our bits.
No.
With a 20-year-old Tom?
Yeah, no. We need to be in the chairs. So what we need to do is find out what the kids are thinking, and we're going to start to bend the show so we get them on board and this show can go forever.
This past year has shown us that without your health, you have nothing. If you're not well, you can't work, look after yourself, or take care of your family. You can't enjoy the life you've worked so hard to build. That's why you need to prioritize taking care of your long-term health today, before it goes from good to bad to worse. So invest in your long-term health with Forward. Forward is intelligent medicine with a personal touch. Their doctors are dedicated to catching top killers like cancer and heart disease early before it's too late. And catching them early could save you tens of thousands of dollars in the long run. Everyone's health history is different, which is why Forward doctors personalize a health plan with you, based on your genetics, lifestyle, and biometrics to achieve long-term results and ensure nothing gets missed. It's time to invest in a doctor that's invested in you. Go to GoForward.com today to protect your future health. That's GoForward.com. GoForward.com.
Social media is a nonstop battle for eyeballs these days, and if you want to stand out from the crowd when you're promoting your work or advertising your brand, then you need graphics and videos that stand out from the crowd. And if right now you're saying, hey, wasn't that a tautology, a redundancy in logic, standing out from the crowd by standing out from the crowd, then I'd say don't be so tedious. You're missing the point. We're not talking about words right now. We're talking about images and graphics. We're talking about Canva Pro. Whether you're a Photoshop master or someone that has no experience whatsoever in graphic design, Canva Pro can turn you into the William Morris of Instagram with the click of a button. William Morris, who famously said, have nothing on your feed that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful. And no matter what you're creating and sharing, Canva Pro has everything you need in one place, including a collection of over 75 million premium photos, videos, audios, and graphics. Plus, Canva Pro comes with time-saving tools that simplify and speed up the creative process. You get all this and more in just one Canva Pro subscription. Many years ago, I drew the short straw over at Forever Dog, and as a result, I've been doing many of these social media graphics and video clips for the company ever since. But ever since I started using Canva Pro, the joke is on everybody else, because when they see the stuff I make with Canva Pro, they think I'm working on this stuff for weeks on end, when the truth is I'm churning this stuff out in 30 minutes or less and clocking out early, baby, and I've got Canva Pro to thank for that. Right now, you can get a free 45-day extended trial to Canva Pro when you use Double Threats promo code. Just go to canva.me. That's canva.me/Tom and Julie. Canva.me/Tom and Julie to get your free 45-day extended trial. Canva.me/Tom and Julie. Thank you, Canva Pro. I couldn't do it without you. Let's do it.
Let's talk to the kids.
All right. So
You better say the darndest thing.
first up, we've got Roxanne joining us from the UK across the pond. So it's getting a little late over there, getting close to 7 o'clock over there. So Roxanne is 8, turning 9 in June. Her favorite band is ABBA. Very cool. She is a fervent Attack of the Clones apologist, so loves Attack of the Clones.
Wow.
And this part I was not supposed to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. She can perfectly act out the part where Pee-wee collapses after rescuing every animal from the pet store fire in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, my goodness.
So let's bring on Roxanne. Here she comes.
Hi.
Hey.
Roxanne, can you hear
Roxanne,
us? She can hear us. Okay. All right. We got a thumbs up.
Roxanne. Hello.
You know my big sister Sarah, right?
Oh God.
Your big sister, Sarah, who calls the best show, who's one of my favorite callers ever.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to see if it runs in the family.
She is
She's what?
so sarcastic,
She's sarcastic?
bossy, dramatic,
He want to insult me.
bossy.
Okay. I think your sister's really funny.
Sometimes I prank my sister by pretending my finger was smooshed by a door. By smooshed, I mean, how do I explain this? Smashed by a door.
Yeah, like
Yep,
it got
yep.
pinched in a
And
door.
sometimes I pretend that a needle went through my finger.
Can you pretend? Can I see this right now? Let's pretend.
I'm
Pretend you're doing it to me, like you're trying to trick us. Ready?
Oh my God, Sarah! Ouchie! I literally just had my finger cut in half by a knife. That's one of the jokes I make.
Sew it back on yourself. You know how to use a needle. You know
Yes.
how to thread it.
That's true.
My finger got cut in half by a
Yeah.
knife.
Roxanne, I would say either say my finger got cut in half by a knife or say ouchie.
I'm not really a fan of saying ouchie.
So don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And also I make jokes about fruit.
Okay. Well, what's a joke about fruit you have? I like good jokes. Do you have a good joke about fruit?
Why did the banana go to the doctors?
Why did the banana
Why
go
did
to the
bananas
doctor?
Go to the doctor.
Why's that?
Because it wasn't peeling well.
Well, that's a good joke. I got to give you points on that one. Now, you are how old? You're 14 years old?
Do I look like I'm 14 years old?
Okay, Roxanne. It looks like sarcasm might run in the family, Roxanne.
Yeah. Oh, my sister's
My
the
sister's so
sarcastic one.
sarcastic and
Yeah.
bossy and dramatic.
I'm 8.5 years old and I'm so excited for my birthday. It's coming up in 2.5 months.
Okay. And what are you going to do for your birthday?
I'm gonna make my parents buy anything I want
Wow. Got
if they have the money for it.
Got a Veruca Salt over here,
Yeah,
right?
because I'm not in America. I'm in Birmingham.
There's a Birmingham in America.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
A Birmingham in America? I didn't really know that.
Ask.
Is it true that there's a Birmingham in America? Because I'm not even in America.
Well, there's a town in Alabama called Birmingham. Yeah.
And there's a SUNY Binghamton.
We once went on holiday to America.
Where did you
How
go?
did that go?
To be honest, it went good. We went to Disney, and it was so nice there. We went to I don't know, it was something like I don't remember the name. Oh, Splash Mountain.
So you were in Florida.
Yep. And even my mom, she wanted to give a Minnie Mouse keychain to my auntie, and I took it off her and put it on my bag.
Okay.
You stole it. You stole it.
Yeah, I stole it.
Oh my goodness. Now, Roxanne,
Yeah.
you are young and we are older than you.
How old do
Yeah.
you think? By the way, how old do you think we are?
Oh, this is going to kill me.
Probably about like 24 or 38 or 120.
Yes!
Okay, I'll take it.
Roxanne wins. Roxanne wins.
I heard 24. I blacked out after that.
We want to make our show appeal to kids because we feel like it appeals to too many old people. What would you want to hear on a show aimed at you?
What should we do to make
I don't-
people like you
Laugh.
like us?
I don't really know because I don't really normally watch podcasts, but I don't really know. I
Well-
think we should do something based on Nintendo because there are lots of dumb things on there.
Okay, so it should be Nintendo based.
They've chosen
So-
the clips.
And right now I have a Nintendo.
Oh, well,
You have a Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
Roxanne has just held up her Nintendo Switch for us.
Yep. And there's a game called Splatoon 2. I'll get it on right now.
oh my God.
I've played
I'll show it to
Splatoon.
you.
I played. I'm not good at it, but I played it.
Platoon? The Oliver Stone
Splatoon.
movie?
Yeah, it is. It's you can either pick Tom Berenger or Willem Dafoe, and you run your different platoons all around and collect little
Well,
points.
that's good because I've already gotten to the top level of Casualties of War.
Yeah, it's like Sonic the Hedgehog, but with Tom Berenger. Now, so you think we should talk about Nintendo on the show, like talk about Splatoon?
Yeah, but that I actually don't know because there are lots of games to think of.
Okay.
What would be the perfect game if you were to invent a game? What would be the perfect game you could invent?
So like there's someone named so there's a bad guy and a good guy.
Let's say the bad
And-
guy's name is Brett. How about that? Can we say that? The bad guy's name is Brett.
It would be my honor.
Big bad Brett. He's the bad guy.
BBB.
Wait, I know him. He was with my sister was talking about you.
What did she say? Roxanne muted herself
Roxanne
again.
just muted herself.
Yeah, Roxanne.
The ultimate. Roxanne is trolling Brett by saying,
Yeah.
my sister said something about you and then muted herself. That's like the ultimate, like leaving someone on the hook kind of thing.
Yeah. So this game, Roxanne's Big Day. What would happen? There's a
Roxanne's Big Gang.
there's a bad guy named Brett.
No, not that. Probably a bad guy named my sister's name Sarah.
Oh, okay.
Because let's say that my sister's turned evil
Okay.
in
So
the game.
and so in this game,
And-
so you're saying the villain is Sarah and she's bossy and
And
sarcastic and dramatic.
but this time we're not gonna add those things in it. Probably we could add rude, vicious,
Okay.
ridiculous, and others.
This seems like a game that's just adjectives about your sister being.
Your sister.
Of
But you love your sister, right?
course, I love my sister. She's my
There
sister.
we go. Yes.
Good. That's all I want to hear.
So maybe that's the object of the game is to give your sister a hug.
Yeah.
Probably save her from some kind of darkness that spread that was
Oh my
that
God.
got to her.
So you'd say so there's a
By-
darkness and it's gotten to your sister.
And the only thing that affects evil is probably love, because I've been watching lots of movies, and some of them can be saved by love, so probably we could add that.
Like what could be saved by what movie did you see where love saved everything?
It's something called
Trolls?
what is it called? Nope.
Did you see Trolls World Tour? Did you see Trolls World Tour?
Yeah, I did. My favorite songwriter was in there.
Who's that?
What called
Wait.
Roxanne?
In Trolls World Tour, there was the bad guy.
Rachel Bloom.
Yeah. She's my
Okay.
favorite song. Because my favorite song that she written was A Buttload of Cats.
So you think, because look, you said it, we're old, we're 24 up to even to 38, if you could imagine anybody could ever be that old. What do you think we should do if we want kids your age or around your
Pay
age
it
to start?
To like us or pay attention to us? Like, should I get a pair of headphones like yours that have like a unicorn horn on them?
You just mentioned my favorite thing.
What's that?
Unicorns, rainbows, and cats, definitely.
Okay.
So what would be your
That's-
favorite thing? What if let's imagine this. What if we did a show where we talk about unicorns?
I don't think so, because
No,
Because
you just
some-
said that was your favorite thing.
You're giving us mixed messages, Roxanne.
if they come on the show, some of them might not like unicorns, so maybe we could try and do something that makes them laugh.
So we make people like unicorns. Is that the goal? Should that be the goal of the show?
No, by that I'm saying that we could like do some we could show something that makes people laugh
Okay.
and cry while they're laughing.
Roxanne, what if we did a show where on every episode, a different person, a unicorn came and then like used their unicorn horn and poked them in the butt with it. And then they go, whoa!
So then you're saying like a unicorn came in the show and poked someone's butt.
Yes. Do you like that?
Please say yes.
Or
Please say
probably,
yes.
and also another one. If it had two horns, one on each side, we could poke its belly button on the inside and its butthole.
Okay, not that. It was just the
A little
You
bit
have
more
to- you have to
violent.
beep
than the pitch
Roxanne.
that we have.
yeah. We're gonna have to yeah, exactly. We're gonna have to start bleeping
The
a
hole.
7-year-old.
I
It's gonna
think
get bleeped.
I think Sarah could
8-year-old.
give us a little bit of ideas because sometimes she's a little violent.
We
She's
know.
a little violent. Oh no,
Yeah,
just
to be
sometimes.
honest.
So this
When
you
have I ever been violent? This is libel.
No.
you and your sister got some dynamic going over
Sounds
there.
like you're liable to get violent.
What if? Well, how about this? What if this was an episode of our show, our new show?
Welcome to the show.
We start off and we talk about Splatoon 2 and other Nintendo games, right? And then it's Tom and it's Julie and it's a unicorn doing the show together.
Maybe we won't add the unicorn.
Okay.
Okay, who should be the third host then?
Please say me.
I'm
Please
out
say
of
me.
ideas. I really don't know.
No, that's okay. You're doing great.
You're doing
what if
great.
we show you a couple of things and you tell us if you like them or not?
Okay, can you watch these clips?
Yeah.
All right, this first one. This is
Okay.
actually a clip from last week's show, but we're thinking about making it kind of a staple of the show. Just wanted to get your take on this, Roxanne. This video is called "Seal Farts After Making Direct Eye Contact." Can you see this here?
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really see it after.
Well,
you
get
came-
ready. Here it comes.
One more time. Here we go. All right. You ready for this?
You
Okay.
see it?
Yeah.
Ready? Tell us if you like this.
Got to listen closely. She's losing it. Great. Well, we know what we're gonna go with. Our
I didn't know a seal could fart. It's just like my little sister. Like,
That seal
Yeah.
reminds you of your little sister?
yeah. And I made her really angry by saying this. So I said Superman and Wonder Woman comes to attack her, and then all my little sister Zara has to do is just fart twice, and then they smell the aroma of the fart and run away.
Okay. Roxanne, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you get to meet a real unicorn one day. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I don't think unicorns are real,
Oh,
but I
okay.
do dream of them.
All right. Well, that's nice. I like
Yeah.
that. That's a good
I
answer.
like that too.
You shot me down, and then you used your imagination to make me feel like I was a simpleton, which I guess in a lot of ways I am.
I heard you had a cat.
I do. I don't know where he is though.
Here, I thought it was a
Yeah.
girl.
No, he's a boy, but I'll send you a photo of him later, okay?
I bet your cat is a boy because you don't want him. If you had a girl, you won't want the mother to have babies, and then you won't be able to take 1 billion cats.
Well,
Take care
the-
of.
I think the issue is more that I wouldn't be able to get rid of the 1 billion cats. I'd keep them all, and then I would die alone in my apartment. All the cats would eat my body.
I don't think they would do that. I bet they would dig a ground and put you in there.
So the cats would.
Oh,
That's the
thank you,
nicest thing anybody
Roxanne.
ever
That
said.
is the
That's so
sweetest thing I've ever heard. Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
they're used to you, right? They dig a hole, put your body in
Oh
there,
my
and
God.
put
No,
put
it sounds
the
less
toilet back on.
less sweet now.
Yeah.
I love this. No, this is beautiful. I love this idea, Roxanne. Hopefully this will happen one day.
Great. From the new
Thank you,
from
Roxanne.
the new master of horror.
All right, Roxanne, we have to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Roxanne.
The presidents. Who are they? What did they want? What did they do? Why the hell should I care?
These are all great questions.
I'm Chris Wade, producer of Chapo Trap House,
I'm Matt Chrisman, host of Chapo Trap House.
and we'll answer all these questions and more on our new podcast, Hell of Presidents, a history of the United States told through the office of the U.S. president.
From Washington to Biden, from the Jackson cheese to the Trump handsome quarterback hamburger party, we'll cover it all on Hell of Presidents.
Hell of Presidents is available exclusively on Stitcher Premium. To sign up and get a free month of Stitcher Premium, go to stitcherpremium.com/hell on your mobile or desktop browser. Click Start Free Trial, select a monthly plan, and use promo code HELL. That's stitcherpremium.com/hell, promo code HELL.
God, I love to shave. I love it. Most people, the first time they see Sweeney Todd, it's like the first time, people see Jaws and they swear they're never going back into the ocean. People see Sweeney cut a few throats and they're like, that's it. I'm never getting a close shave again. Well, for me, it was the opposite. The pleasure, the relief of a close shave is such a sublime experience that I said, if the worst I have to fear is that 1 out of every 100 barbers is a murderer, I'll take those odds. But even that slim chance of getting butchered in the barber's chair went out the window when I discovered Harry's shaving equipment. Harry's offers an incredible array of razors, of shaving creams, of shaving gels, all this great stuff to give you the best shave of your life. And right now, Harry's is giving their best offer to Double Threat listeners. New Harry's customers can get a starter set at harrys.com/Tom and Julie. That's HARRYS.com/Tom and Julie. you'll get a 5-blade razor, a weighted ergonomic handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel blade cover. That's a $13 value, all for just $3. You do the math. That's an incredible deal. There has never been a better time to try Harry's. Go to harrys.com/TomandJulie to redeem your offer today, and you better hurry up because I can hear Sweeney Todd. I can hear his little boots scraping along the floor of the internet. He's trying to get over there as soon as possible to snatch up all these razors from Harry's. But the good news is he's dealing in 19th century exchange rates, so he doesn't have $3 to his name. They're all yours, baby. Get over there to Harry's. Go to harrys.com/TomandJulie. Snatch up your starter set today and get shaven. All right, so next up, we've got June from California. June from California.
Sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just have to tell you that in this, Charles Manson, who loves to give people nicknames, gives Columbo the nickname Crisco.
That is perfect.
Okay, sorry.
Your
Go,
name's-
do the next.
Your name's Crisco, man.
Okay. Okay.
Who's in jail? Who's the one in jail, man?
You are.
You're the one in prison, man.
Well, not really, sir.
All right, next up, the next kid that's going to be joining us is June from California. June from California, who is 6 going on 7. 6 going on 7. June has 2 dogs, Rosie and Penny. She recently, this is exciting, she recently broke her leg jumping out of a treehouse a few months ago. So she's on the mend, she's doing better, but took a leap from a treehouse a couple months ago. And her favorite thing to do is dig in the dirt in the backyard. So let's bring on June.
It's God willing my cats will do for me one day.
Hi, June.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, June.
How are you?
Good.
June, you are sitting in front of 4 guitars.
Mm-hmm.
Do you play any of those guitars?
No, my dad plays them.
Would you like to take one down and just try to play it and then maybe even mess it up so your dad gets really mad?
Is he like, don't touch my guitars? Is that what he says?
June, do you want to touch all 4? Just like put your just paw at them just so your dad gets like, ugh!
Yeah. Does he ever say like, don't touch my guitars? And then you go over it and you do like the teeny tiniest like touch.
Sometimes.
And is he like,
Aha!
No, not really.
okay, good. So June, how old are you again? You're 14?
No, I'm 6.
You're 6.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What are your favorite things to do in a day? What do you like to do?
What's a perfect day for you, June?
Playing outside and watching TV.
Okay. Like, what do you like to do when you play outside? Well, I know you like to jump out of trees, apparently, right?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
She learned from her past mistakes.
When that happened, were you just like, oh, that hurts?
No.
No?
Were you like, yeah, that's about right?
Sort of.
Okay.
I like that. June is tough.
Yeah. You seem pretty strong. So what shows do you watch?
Did you watch Paw Patrol before it got canceled?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Apparently they were cops. They're like pets that were cops or something.
Yeah.
Now,
Not my thing.
so your favorite shows are, what was it?
Magic School Bus
Mag-
and like Inspector Gadget and
What's like a really old show that somebody in the house will watch that you do like?
Your dad will put it on and
DuckTales.
DuckTales.
okay. Got
Okay.
it.
What's like an old thing that your dad likes that you're just like, yuck? Is there anything he likes? Is there any music he listens to and you're like, I don't like it?
Not that I can think of right now.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
When he plays the guitar, does it always sound good, or every once in a while, you're like, "Oh, Dad, please stop."
Sometimes.
Mhm. And like, what songs does he play?
In a white room. That one?
Yeah, tell us if you've ever heard any of these songs.
Okay.
You do that one, Julie.
Bow now.
Yeah.
He's played that. Okay. Does he ever play this one? Does he ever play boom 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 boom?
Not that I remember.
Okay. How about boom 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 boom?
Yeah.
He plays that.
Uh-huh.
Does he ever go bow no 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 no?
Bow, bow, bow.
He does.
Yeah.
We're guessing your entire. I think
Dad's
we know your
repertoire?
dad very well. Oh yeah. So when he goes bow no 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 no, what do you do? Leave the room.
You go outside, you go back on the treehouse.
I usually just walk out of the room.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So dad starts playing Aqualung, and his daughter runs away.
So, June, we're trying to figure out, we do a show. Do you ever listen to any podcasts?
Yeah, I like podcasts.
Like which
Well-
ones?
Yeah.
I like the Alien Adventures of King Caspian and cool facts about animals and
Podcast for laundry? No.
It's very good. It's a slow burn.
Treks in the
Dude,
City? We just got to
okay.
name all these Forever Dog podcasts.
Forever. We have to name them, otherwise Brett will get very angry at us.
Podcast of God?
Godcast.
Godcast?
June, we have a podcast, and we
Oh,
want
yeah,
your
yeah.
advice. We want your advice on how to make it better.
Yeah, let's figure what would you want to hear on a show, and then we'll play some podcast rescue with June also.
What's like your
God.
what would be like a really cool podcast that you'd be excited to listen to that someone said, "Oh, I heard this new podcast." What would you want on it?
I think.
Well, how about if we throw some subjects out and you say whether you want to hear it or not? You say yes or no. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Turtles. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Um
Can you say yes?
Yes.
Okay.
okay, like TikTok dancing. Dancing on TikTok.
Yes.
Okay. Toilets.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. So far, we got turtles, toilets, and TikTok. A lot of T's.
What about like the weather?
No.
Yeah.
No. What about homework?
No.
What about the news?
No.
What about chores?
No.
What about dad got a fifth guitar?
Uh-oh. She's thinking about it.
You can whisper this one. Whisper this one.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Okay. That's a maybe.
So you wouldn't listen to a podcast that's just your dad reviewing guitars?
No. No, not
No?
really.
What if there's so if there's a podcast where it's like, hey, welcome to Dad's podcast, and I'm here with my co-host June, and every episode is 10 hours long, and we're going to talk all about guitars all day long, even though it's nice outside.
No.
And I'm gonna play the same 100 songs on this guitar this episode. So every episode will be one guitar.
No.
But he'll be like da 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 bow 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 bow. No?
No? Does your dad ever play boo doo 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 boo 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 boo?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yep.
So we have a good feel for what that's like. Can we play you some of a podcast and get your opinion on it?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you read Highlights magazine, June? Have you ever read Highlights magazine?
I get
Do you
one. I get them. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you like Highlights?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Do you see Brett, his dad? Well, I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind. I feel like I don't know enough about Brett's dad. He's gonna be hurt. Like afterwards, be like, "Hey, seriously, if you wouldn't mind, I know we're trying to do a comedy show and everything, but like,
I gotta hear it. I gotta hear what this was.
I was just gonna say I was gonna say Goofus was based on your dad, but then I suddenly I was like, well, I don't know if I want to go down that road.
I'm only offended that you didn't say it. That was the only.
I'm trying to be nice.
Well, Brett, Highlights magazine has podcasts, don't they?
Yes, June. Highlights magazine has podcasts now. And do you know who Goofus and Gallant are? Are they still in Highlights? Yeah. So there is a Goofus and Gallant podcast. And if it's okay, we're going to play you a little bit of it so you can hear it. And then you let us know what you think, if this is a good podcast or not, or if they can fix it in any way. All right, here.
Like how could they make this better? Like, what would you want to hear to make this better?
And by the way, I do want to thank Molly for bringing the Goofus and Gallant podcast to our attention.
All right, and here we go.
Goofus and Gallant have a story for you. Goofus and Gallant and little Gigi too. Identical twins and bullshit guys, but with different traits. It's a bit of a surprise. One more cautious, helpful, and kind. The other is a showman with a creative mind. Hey! Goofus and Gallant have a story for you. Goofus and Gallant and little Gigi too.
Audible Originals and Highlights for Children present Goofus and Gallant.
Goofus and Gallant have a story.
I'll tell you right now, that song should be shorter.
I got some notes right off the bat. That theme, we get it.
Should be a lot shorter.
Yeah,
Don't you think, June? Do you think that song should be shorter? Yeah.
Does that sound like a song your dad would play? Goofus and Gallant have a story for you. Goofus and Gallant.
Goofus and Gallant and little. By the way, who's Gigi?
Well, they added.
June, do you know who Gigi is?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I think it's smart. It was Goofus and Gallant were always missing like a middle ground, like a negotiator.
Like a chaotic neutral or whatever that is in that meme.
And this is episode 2, Fun Day Field Games.
Here we go.
Episode 2, Fun Day Field Games.
Yeah, I know. Brett just said that.
Yeah, thanks.
It was the last week before summer break, and the entire school was at the city park for the annual Flat Hill Elementary School Fun Day Field Games. My big brothers, Goofus and Gallant, were getting ready for the competition. I was going to be their coach.
Goofus, what are you doing?
It's called deep focusing, Gallant. What does it sound like I'm doing?
Like you're having an allergic reaction to something weird you ate?
You know, now that you mention it, I did eat something weird. I believe they call it a carrot.
By the way, my name's Gigi, and I love carrots.
First off, carrots aren't weird, Goofus. Secondly, there's not one independent scientific study in the world showing that carrots have ever been known to make anyone do whatever it is you're doing. And thirdly, you love carrots.
Fair enough. Okay, forget the carrot thing.
All right, can you hit pause, please? June, what? Do you have any thoughts on this right now yet?
Well, I don't really like carrots.
You don't like carrots.
Okay.
No.
That's a good note. So June is saying that she's sucked into the story. She's not like thinking about the characters necessarily. She's like, where is this carrot thing going to go?
Yeah.
What should they have used instead of carrots?
Cucumber.
Cucumber. There you go.
You like a cucumber better than a carrot?
Yeah.
Okay. What food do you think is the most fun to eat in terms of like the sound it makes when you chomp it?
I think cucumbers.
So you like cucumbers because they go. Okay. So we could eat cucumbers on our new show, right? You'd like to hear that. So we could talk about turtles and eat cucumbers. And the one thing you said the most you liked of all was homework, right?
No.
No? I got that wrong. I'm sorry. That was a mistake.
Okay, there we go. Hello? Hello out there. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me out there in La La Land?
Go ahead. That's Mrs. McCormick. She's been a teacher at our school for about 100 years. She's everybody's favorite.
Okay, good. Well, good morning, Flat Hills Elementary School students.
Good morning.
No, I can't take it. I can't take it anymore.
Y'all are so...
June, you know what I like about Goofus and Gallant?
What?
They get right to the point. Goofus acts like a fool, and Gallant acts like a nerd. And in this podcast, they haven't gotten to that yet. They're talking about Mrs. McCormick and carrots. But listen, it's not for me. It's for you. Oh.
Yeah, and it's like, do they sound like how you thought Goofus and Gallant would sound when you read the book?
No.
Did you think Goofus sounded more like this?
And Gallant sounded more like this?
No.
Who's moving around there in the background?
Is that a floofy dog?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can guess your dog's name.
Penny.
Penny.
All right, well.
I'm going to say Penny.
Yeah.
I got it right? I knew it. You owe me $100 now because I guessed the name. Well, then I guess I'll take one of those guitars in the background.
I don't think my dad would be very happy.
Well, he doesn't need to know. That's the thing, June. You could just sell it without telling him.
Yeah, just go on eBay. Set it.
In the wall, and there would be
You could replace. Yeah, but here's the thing: you take a piece of cardboard, you cut out the shape of a guitar.
Yeah, he'll never know the difference.
You hang it up where it was. He'll never know the difference.
It's gonna be brown.
Those guitars are brown.
Well, one of them is.
Well, that's the one you send me.
That's the one you steal.
No, we're just joking. You don't steal your old Pop's guitars. What I would like you to do though, and you can't get in trouble for this because I'm telling you to do it. Can you just go? Is your dad in the room with you now?
Yeah.
Say, can I touch one of the guitars, Dad? And then just go touch it. Go like the teeny tiniest touch you can give. Go touch. Bing. Look. There it is. Now do the other one. She just
do all four. Do all four, June. Do all four.
Can you touch all of them? Okay. 3. There you go. All right. I love it.
Well, June, I would love to hear a podcast that's just you touching your father's belongings personally.
Yeah. And is there anything, now that we've talked so much, is there anything you think of where you're like, that's what I would want to hear on a podcast?
How to dig in dirt.
How to dig in dirt. Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
If I died in my apartment, do you think my cat would eat me, or do you think that he would bury me in the ground?
Neither.
Okay, neither.
Oh,
that's pretty true. Because one kid we talked to said the cat would bury Julie
and do like a nice funeral.
But this is gross, morbid talk. I don't want to do this. No, here's another thing we want to get your opinion of. If you could watch this video, you ready?
Tell us if you like this.
Yeah, June, we're trying to figure out if this is funny or not funny. What you think about this? This is called "Seal Farts After Looking Directly at Me," and here we go. Pay very close attention.
June.
I like that.
Yes. 2 for 2 on the seal.
Great.
All right.
Well, June, you were such a great guest on the show, and we appreciate you coming on so much. Good. All right.
All right. Thank you, June.
See you later, June. Thank you.
Bye.
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 This episode of Double Threat is sponsored by BetterHelp. And I'll tell you what, Double Threat listeners, therapy is something that I avoided for a long time out of some dumb definition of self-reliance that ceased being relevant in the 19th century. And when I finally, did start making use of therapy and counseling in my life, my first thought was, why did I wait so long? Because it immediately became, a vital conversation between me and my therapist that I look forward to having every week, my therapist and me. And it was a conversation that I had been, having with myself for my entire life. Questions like, why am I feeling this way? How do I get more control over my life? Should I be worried about this or that? And yet, lo and behold, having this conversation in the presence of a licensed therapist yielded a lot of new and valuable answers to those questions. And it was certainly better having it with somebody else in the room and not just with myself in the mirror. So whether you're new to therapy or you're looking to make a change, BetterHelp is there for you. It's a great option, and it's definitely worth looking into to see if it makes sense for you, to see if it's the right fit. BetterHelp is professional counseling done securely online via phone or video with licensed professional therapists. Sign up now and start receiving counseling in under 48 hours. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tom and Julie, that's better HELP, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. And right now you can get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/Tom and Julie. That's BetterHelp.com/Tom and Julie for 10% off your first month. Thanks, BetterHelp.
I think we're getting a real feel for what the show should be now.
You mean in general? Double Threat?
Yeah,
like moving forward?
Yeah, I think that we should do an episode of the show just based on what all these kids are saying.
Just be that seal video over and over
The
again.
seal video over and over. Stories about how to dig in the dirt.
Dig in the dirt.
Well, I think, yeah.
Cucumbers, not carrots.
Just the speculation as to like what will happen to Julie after she dies.
What happens to Julie after she dies? We'll have turtles and
unicorns
and mean, sarcastic older sisters.
And then there'll be like a segment where it's like, now is the time for chores, news, and weather, and people will be like, no.
Yeah. We'll make that.
And then the seal farts on it.
Yeah, we should make that Brett segment. What if we make that Brett and like, okay, now it's time for Brett's corner, and he's like, I'm going to talk all about homework and chores.
Yeah, Dr. Poindexter. Yeah. Kind of that
and
vibe.
Then the seal comes in and just farts on Brett.
The greatest thrill of my life.
Then Brett plugs 6 Forever Dog podcasts.
How about it's how many plugs can I do before the seal farts? So if we start like at the beginning of the video.
Plug a podcast real quick. Just say the name. Don't say
or
anything
you know what?
else
How
about
about that? Plug Forever Dog Plus.
Yeah.
For those people who don't want to listen to.
Oh yeah, guys, we got a great deal going on over at Forever Dog Plus. If you are someone who and look, if you listen to it free, you listen to the ads. That's fine. That's just part of getting a free thing. But if you really don't like the ads, and you don't like all the promos, and you just want Tom and Julie unfiltered, uninterrupted, you go over to Forever Dog Plus. It's super affordable. You sign up, and guess what? You don't just get Double Threat. You get all the Forever Dog podcasts, ad-free and uninterrupted. And some of them even get a day early. There's a couple podcasts that have advanced access over there. So tons of benefits for the true fans who just want their podcasts, straight, no filler. You go over to Forever Dog Plus. That's foreverdogpodcasts.com/plus to sign up.
Great. And you can get early episodes of High Heels. You can get Cuck Cuck Cluck. You get all of them. You get exclusive access. What was the other one, Julie?
I don't remember.
You guys ready for our final kid?
Sure.
Yes.
All right, we got one more kid coming in here.
By the way, before we do we have more podcasts or clips to show? What are we?
I've got a podcast that NPR does for kids.
Oh, goody. NPR finally making podcasts for kids.
Yeah, it is hard to follow.
It is
for kids. Yeah, I was having to really pay attention. Yeah. There's a lot in it.
Running
How
around.
much did you get through?
I mean, 30 seconds about.
Yeah. It's this. My name's Hira Class, and this is This American Life for Kids.
The episode I have is called "Are You Smarter Than a Toilet?" and it's about smart. It's literally about smart toilets. No, the title is very funny, but the podcast is about smart toilets. I was like, what?
Why would that
This
be?
is not for kids. Yeah.
If you had a thing called "Are You Smarter Than a Toilet?" the first thing you do, you get somebody to start talking on the thing like they're the toilet.
Exactly.
And they argue with the kid.
You just put this is what you do. You put a flush sound effect on the ready, and then you just wing it.
Yep.
And every time you can't think of something, you just flush.
Yep.
You ever hear a flush noise?
I saw the title and I was like, oh, they figured this out. And then I look at the description and it says a team of engineers at Stanford University. I
Right.
stopped reading.
Yeah. Come
we
on.
might have to play that for this kid.
Come on, kids. Not all at once. Everybody calm down. I promise we'll listen to the thing where the team of engineers at Stanford University talk all about toilet technology.
It sounds like a punishment. Like if you guys don't instead of getting a timeout, you're gonna have to
Listen to.
you have to take a nap, and that just means go in this room and listen to.
But why would think about it when you get down to like a toilet for a kid is the funniest thing that's ever happened.
Yep.
And they're just like, well, let's see if we can take that away from a child.
Yeah.
Let's make toilets boring.
Right. It's almost called like the candy hour, and it's like, the thing about high fructose corn syrup is that corn is subsidized, and
Yeah, exactly. If suddenly start talking about just like farm subsidies. And it's just like, I thought this was about candy. Well, it is.
Well, it is.
It ultimately is.
Well, we can run that idea by our next guest. This is we got Desmond coming on now. Desmond from Minnesota. Desmond is 8, turning 9, and guess what? He is turning 9 on March 28th. So that is
right around the corner.
A week from this episode airing. Desmond's turning
basically 9.
9. Desmond plays soccer. He loves writing, and he has recently been studying armadillos at school. Here comes Desmond.
Hello.
Hello,
hey, Desmond.
Hi, Desmond.
You sound great.
Thanks.
Look at all those toys in the background. Do you live at a toy store?
No, my dad's a gamer.
Oh, those
dad's
are
a
your
gamer?
dad's toys?
Yeah, that's my dad's toys.
Mm-hmm.
So does your dad have more toys than you?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
How does that make you feel as a child?
I like games. I don't care.
You don't care.
Okay.
I use his toys more than he uses his.
Okay, so you're in the house you're in a fun house then, so you don't care. Everything's fun.
Yes. I just got a question. Why is it called Double Threat if there's always at least 3 people on it?
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
I love Desmond is on the offense.
Your check is in the mail.
He's taken over.
Fair. It's a fair question. It's a very simple answer, actually.
What's the answer, Tom?
Well, my name is Tom, and that's Julie, and we are the co-host. We are the Double Threats, and Brett is like. Do you ever see Pinocchio?
Yes, I have.
We're like
Not my favorite movie.
It's terrifying, right?
Yeah.
It's upsetting and it's scary and it's sad, right?
Brett is like Pinocchio.
Wait, he's bread? Can I eat him?
He is. Yes. What would you put on?
I'm having flashbacks to elementary school now myself.
Yeah. Brett.
Desmond would bully you.
When Brett was your age, he was a magician. And he used to do magic tricks at McDonald's.
It's pretty cool, right?
I do magic tricks of my skill at gaming.
You do magic tricks with your skill at gaming?
He's trying to one-up
Yes.
me. Everything you
No,
say.
what-
No, that
Yeah.
means he's cool. He's like, I do real magic.
Do you know what Brett's favorite trick was? He would make French fries disappear.
Yeah, I wonder where they are.
Yeah, in his mouth. That's exactly it.
Desmond, I think we might have to change the name of the show to Triple Threat and include you as the third host.
Now, Desmond, we do this show, and we are you can see that we're old, right? Like, how old do you think we are?
This is something I always don't understand. You do not look old, for one thing.
First of all, that's the nicest thing you ever said in your life. Well, how old would you say? What am I? Am I
between probably like 45 and 35?
all right? They'll take that.
Okay.
Thank you, Desmond.
All of us?
Well, not all.
Keep going.
25 to 35 for you.
Oh, well, that's
Triple threat.
that is. I got a
Triple
feeling
threat indeed.
Double Threat's going to come back next week. I'm going to be kicked out. It's going to be Julie and Desmond. Julie be like, "Hey, we had to make a change. I'm doing the show with Desmond now." Now, Desmond, you're 15, right?
If you really said I was 15, I would not be here.
Fair enough. You're putting me in my place.
It's like 3 steps ahead.
So you're playing 3D chess. And what's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject? Well, it's hard to say because I like writing books. I like reading a lot. It just gets my brain focused, and I'm really very good at math.
Now, you've written books? Have you written books?
Well, I'm working on one. It's called Cardboard Kid.
Cardboard Kid. That's a good title for a book. Can you tell us what it's about?
It's just basically about a kid who doesn't really think about learning, and he just wants to brag about how good he is and how he has all these cool stuff.
Mm-hmm. But
he's not like doing the work. He's not putting himself into life with any semblance of effort.
He puts everyone in danger and doesn't do any work. It's basically.
But he's not made of cardboard.
No.
No. I got to say, this is a good idea for a book. I think you have got a good idea.
The joke of the whole book that I think was really funny is I made it so his friend who tags along has the same name of him, Carl.
Oh, that's funny. Are they spelled differently or are they spelled the same?
No, just same name.
So if I'm reading it, is there a part where it's like, Carl says, "Hey, Carl, go get that." Carl said, no, you go get it, Carl. Carl looked at Carl and got mad at Carl. Carl, I'm hungry. I'm hungry too, Carl.
That'd be the worst book.
What if he says, I'm big Carl and you're little Carl. He's like, wait, I'm bigger than you. I'm big Carl, you're little Carl. And then they argue about who's big and who's little. And then they have to go get measured against the wall at the doorway at the house.
If they would, they'd have to have a Sharpie in the wilderness, which is pretty unlikely.
They're in the wilderness?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Would they,
we didn't know that.
Are they in the castle with the big bad villain, or are they out trying to get people to help them?
Now, what's the villain's name?
Just Evil Wizard.
Evil Wizard.
Yeah.
What if would you ever consider naming the Evil Wizard Brett?
If I would name him Brett, then Cardboard Kid would have eaten him about 2 sentences ago.
Wow. Wow. So you're saying naming the Evil Wizard Brett takes away all of his powers and his abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great.
You
Okay,
could
good.
just eat him.
Great.
Well, his special
He's Brett.
his special power would be to plug other podcasts on his network, but that's neither here nor there. Now we are doing this show and we're trying to reach out so we can appeal to kids like you, smart kids and funny kids, and because we don't want our thing to just be for old people only. We want it to be for young people too. Okay.
True.
So what do you want to hear when you think of a show? Like what's the kind of thing you want to hear and what don't you want to hear? Can we quiz you on some things and see what you would want to hear? Say yes or no, okay?
I'd probably have there just be have it be so like there are random jokes, but they still like connect.
Yeah, that's what we do already.
We already have that
We want to
locked down.
add things to that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to name some topics.
Actually.
Yeah, maybe too much. We're going to tell you some topics and you tell us if you want to hear things about these things, okay?
Okay.
And you can say, I want to hear it, or say, I don't want to hear it, okay? You ready?
I don't want to hear any.
No. You have to hear it. Here we go. Do you want to hear us talk about homework?
If you're talking about homework, I'd be in my bed asleep for about 20 hours before I woke up.
Wow. Tough crowd. What about
you guys
pizza?
ran for Podmass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pizza. I like pizza, but I like Chinese food more.
Okay.
I'm all about the wonton.
I'm all about the wonton. Brett, sidebar. That's one of our new shirts. I'm all about the wonton.
I'm all about that. I'm all about the wontons.
Can you do that? And Desmond doesn't get any money from it.
Sure. Yeah.
Sorry, Desmond.
Really?
It's going to be a shirt that says I'm all about the wonton.
I'm trying to stack up on my $86. Can you please help me?
Well,
Sure.
you'll help yourself when you publish Cardboard Kid and sell the movie rights.
Okay, so what about if this show was about toilets?
If the show is about toilets, ask my friend Tristan over here, but I matured about that a while ago.
Okay.
Okay. You're over it.
Okay. So,
What about-
so you matured a little bit on toilets. We're going to quiz you a little more. I'm going to show you a video later. We're going to show you something and see if you laugh or not. But we'll do that later. It has a seal in it.
I'm still the laughing kind.
Okay.
What about explosions?
Well, I gotta say, I do like the explosions when they're not near me.
Okay. As long as they're not near. What about hang gliding?
Well, hang gliding, I like to get into the outdoors and climb trees, which is dangerous, but I wouldn't exactly jump off a cliff.
Okay.
That's a no.
What about haircuts?
Haircuts, well, I used to like keeping my hair short, but now I'm like summer hair short, winter long. It's like I just like this year I felt the difference between when I had long hair in winter and when I didn't.
Okay. What about snowball fights?
Snowball fights, I do like it, but there's just one problem with snowball fights that I really don't like.
What's that? Snow?
Is the teammates who get a snowball and put it down your neck.
Ah, yeah. They get a little too close. They're not throwing it anymore. They're just smushing it right on your neck. And then it gets down your back, and then you're all wet when you get inside. Blah.
That's foul play. That's
Yes.
foul play.
Foul play.
So, Desmond, do you listen to any podcasts?
Well, my dad does. I don't really myself.
Which ones does he listen to?
Well, you for one.
No, well, that's sweet.
Tell us if you like this, Desmond.
Yeah, so Desmond, this is a podcast about toilets, but it's kind of for smart. It's like a smart podcast about toilets. So this might be a winner for you. And the podcast is called Wow in the World from NPR, and this episode is called Are You Smarter Than a Toilet? Here we go.
Tired of the same old toilet?
Yes!
Ready to take the plunge and finally create the bathroom of your dreams?
A bathroom that doubles as a water park? You know it!
Then come to the Bathroom Showcase, a one-day-only event. Industry experts are standing by to help you flush out your ideas and bring your lavatories to life.
We pause it. We
All right,
pause it.
play-
We pause it.
Yes, finally, my pain is released.
What are your thoughts? Your pain is released.
My thoughts is super loud. The volume was too high. And really, I don't know.
Was it annoying to you?
It was annoying.
Yeah.
Was it boring?
It was pretty boring. Just talk.
Yeah.
Can't see.
And too much sound, right? You said it was too loud?
Too loud.
Yeah.
What about the people talking? Were they like sort of phony or were they interesting and you'd like to hang out with them all day?
Big phonies.
Big phony.
Big phonies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was amazed at that actually. That was somehow more boring and more gross than I thought it was going to be. Now, what's an adventure in your life, Desmond, that you would like to go on at some point? Is there a place you want to see?
Yes, definitely.
What is it?
It's got to be the ocean.
The ocean. So
Brett, that's another shirt.
Yeah, it's got to be the ocean. Because you're in Minnesota. You've never seen the ocean.
Well, I have. And the thing I just like about the ocean is when I took a small dip under, I love how the ecosystem connects.
Wow.
How do you mean?
Tell me how. I truly.
I mean, like
smarter than I am.
things, beings like plants that are living start it, and then fish eat it, and then bigger fish eat it, and then more complex fish eat it, and then even more complex fish needing to be more complex to catch the other complex fish, eat the other fish, and then it just keeps on going until you're at the top of the food chain.
Sure.
And so when you're at the ocean, you feel more connected to that process?
Yes.
You know, speaking of the ocean, Desmond, we want to show you this video and you tell us if you like it or not, okay?
All right, Desmond, this video is called Seal Farts After Looking Directly at Me.
This is exactly what my friend would click on YouTube.
Well, let's see if it makes you laugh.
Give it a chance.
Desmond, you're laughing.
Got him.
I did a snitch.
It's okay to laugh. It's okay.
I was playing the fluke right then. I was doing a complete fluke.
It's okay to laugh. It's okay. You thought it was a little funny, right?
A little.
Maybe not the funniest thing you ever saw.
A little.
Can you do impressions?
Well, like I'm the worst at fake laughing. My sister is awesome.
Wow.
But like once I see something actually funny, which is normally from my friend just yelling a big word, I just don't know why. I laugh so hard, like I just go inside.
Can you do impressions of people? Like can you do, an impression of your dad? Yeah.
Well, fun fact, I don't see my dad laugh much.
Well, just what does he sound like around the house?
Although that is interesting.
I'm sorry, that is that's actually maybe not the most fun fact, but maybe more fact than fun fact. Now, Desmond, I don't know if you heard on the news, they just announced that there's no more birthdays this year. And it's a very interesting development that nobody can celebrate their birthday until next year. Did you have a birthday this year or not?
That is phony news. Because my birthday is happening right on March 28th.
Oh, well, that's one of the birthdays that can't be celebrated. I'm so sorry. I wish your birthday had happened earlier this year, but it didn't. But
Desmond's giving you the slow clap.
We'll see in 2022.
Try.
We'll see in 2022 with that next birthday.
We got a big phony. Big fat phony.
Big fat phony. I'm going to put in my place.
So, Desmond, before we go, any parting words of advice for us? How to be more appealing to children or in general? Or just ways that we should go about our lives a little differently than we have been? Any advice?
Change your name to a food like bread.
Change your name to a food like bread. So, like, what do you not like about me? You can tell me, Desmond. Be honest. What don't you like about me?
Common name.
A common name.
Okay. So, what if Tom's name is like Salami? Salami Tom? Salami Tommy?
Salami?
Yes, I'd gladly hear him and eat him.
So if
Okay,
my name
what
was
if-
Tommy Salami,
My name is Noodles Joodles.
That is a good one.
so the show should now
Not
be
for you, Tom. The other one.
no. So Noodles, Joodles, Bread, and Tommy Salami should be the people that make this show.
Yes.
Then you would
Okay.
listen.
Yes.
Okay. Fair
That's
enough.
good advice.
A little disappointed with my nickname. But now that, I mean, Tom and Julie's are pretty
not
fun. I'm
Bread's
just
yummy.
Bread is
Right.
yummy.
I like bread
It was a-
and butter by itself.
thanks, Desmond.
You
All
eat
right.
butter by itself, Desmond? With a spoon?
Don't tell Dad.
He's right there, dude.
Oh.
Don't tell Dad. Now, if
Take it easy on that butter, Desmond.
will there be if you do have a birthday this year, which again I heard on the news that there's no birthdays, but if it changes, what kind of cake are you going to have?
Well, I'm gonna have a Fall Guys cake, and my mom's got everything except for the little dudes.
The what cake? Well, you're going to have a what cake?
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys, Julie, the Lee Majors show where he played a stuntman in the mid 80s. Come on. Right? That's what you're talking about? The Fall Guy?
Season 2 ended a long time ago.
Yes, it was a long time ago. It was the 80s. Lee Majors followed up $6 Million Man with the Fall Guy.
I just Googled it, and it's a video game.
Yes, it is.
I think it's the Lee Majors show. I think, Desmond, you seem like a cool kid, and it was very nice getting to talk to you today.
Do you want some Double Threat merch?
If I would, then I would have already paid for it.
Oh.
I would have.
That's a no.
Well, I got bad news for you then, because I was gonna send out a free T-shirt to all the kids who were on the show today, but I guess you don't need one of those. I don't know.
Please do.
It doesn't seem like you
I don't know.
What about a shirt? What about a shirt that says "I'm all about the wonton"? Would you wear that?
Yeah. Yes, I would. Totally.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
What if it says Brett is the coolest guy ever, and I'm sorry I ever made fun of his name?
If it would be that, he probably would be here because I already ate him.
All right.
So that's a no. He's not going to wear that shirt.
It's a surreal answer.
He's committed to this bit. He will not acknowledge you as a human being,
know.
Brett.
No. Just a pile of baked dough. All right, Desmond. Thank you for coming on the show.
Happy birthday.
If you're saying happy birthday, are you on my side that was phony news?
Desmond, you know I've always been on your side, right?
Thank you. Thank
You know I've always been on your side.
Are you, Brett? If
I
you say no, I'm going to beat you up.
Oh
gosh, oh my gosh, I don't know.
Oh, Brett.
Because I did actually hear that what Tom was talking about. I did see that somewhere. I don't know if the source was accurate or not though. So Desmond, I'm going to ask kindly that you don't beat me up, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the true answer is. I don't know if it's right or wrong.
Because I'll say one thing, Desmond.
Good thing I can only understand Minecraft coordinates.
Okay. Desmond, I'll say
you can
one thing.
understand a little more than that, buddy.
I'm going to warn you one thing, Desmond. If you try to fight Brett, he'll fight back. I walked in the other day and he was boxing a 5-year-old.
Too bad that I'm 8, and he probably lost.
I have one more question, Desmond.
Uh-huh.
I have a cat and I live alone in an apartment. If I were, God forbid, to die, do you think my cat would eat me?
I think if your cat was ginger, he'd eat your hair and become more red.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I love it.
I like your style, buddy.
Yeah, you're cool, Desmond.
You've got an imagination, which I dig. And I'm excited to read your books. I think my only advice to you as a writer is just keep getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
Thanks, Desmond. Happy birthday. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So now we know what kids want, and we know what we haven't been doing.
Yeah, I've got a
think we
running
need-
list. Do you want me to go through the list?
Yeah, please do. What
okay.
does the show need to be incorporated into it. Bread.
All right. So here's a
Bread.
rough list of things that we can include in the show to make it more palatable to the next generation. Nintendo, sibling rivalries is a big one. Unicorns. The farting seal was 3 for 3, even though Desmond didn't want to admit it. So that's the definite hit.
That's what I was going to. He was like literally saying, "I've matured past things like that," and then he still laughed.
So I think farting seal is a winner. Cucumbers, not carrots. Chinese food, not pizza. So we got to kind of revise our I think what we thought the food was going to be. Digging in the dirt. Turtles, TikTok dancing, no homework. Don't talk about homework. Toilets was like with an asterisk, maybe toilets, depending on how they're presented. Explosions that are not close to you.
That was maybe the funniest thing of the day when Julie asked if he likes explosions. He said, "I do like explosions, as long as they're not near me." That was perfect.
Kids. Desmond says the Desniest things.
Haircuts. But there was like a seasonal aspect to that. So maybe haircuts.
I don't think haircuts made the I think at a certain point, Desmond was like, "You're just asking me my opinion about things.
Yeah.
And here's my thoughts about haircuts." And I don't think that was. I wouldn't keep that on the list,
got it.
Brett.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think that was
Desmond
for us.
Desmond got irked with us very quickly.
Yeah.
Almost like if you're interviewing somebody and you realize, oh, you're not in a great mood. Like if you,
Well, it's like that dude, like the Tom Snyder, like doodah.
yeah, like we realized we were interviewing Public Image Limited. All of a sudden, Desmond's like, "I'm not a band; it's a corporation. You do the whole thing, doodah." Except he's 8.
We're like Tom Snyder. We're like tap dancing. Like, well, I'm doing the best I can. I just wish you'd answer me because I
have you on to talk all about the band you're trying to do. It's not a band; it's a corporation.
It's a corporation.
You want to go
Doodah.
through the whole doodah. We got doodad.
We got doodah.
By an 8-year-old.
And I've never seen anybody bully Brett that quickly,
Right.
efficiently, and specifically in my life.
He straight up said, "I'm going to beat you up."
God.
I'll tell you what,
Profit.
nobody does it like kids, you know? Yeah.
And he also said that you got beat up by a 5-year-old. When I said I caught you boxing with a 5-year-old, he said, "Well, he probably got beat up."
You thought that he was on your side when he's like, "Why isn't it called triple threat?" And then he did the old rope-a-dope.
Yeah. Started calling you bread. He actually slapped a nickname on you, bread. That's master
It was.
level.
I'm just impressed, to be honest. I mean, certainly, like demoralized as well,
Yeah, we went into
but very
this-
impressed.
Yeah. We went into this being like, what can we do to impress kids? And then we're leaving it being like, how can we get Desmond to like us
I know.
more?
Exactly. And I'm just like,
Desmond loves you, Julie. You're the bell of the ball as far as he's concerned.
I don't know about that. I just kept like, oh, I like you. I'm on your side.
Yeah.
But he was definitely like, he and Tom had more.
he did say though
those
that you
two are-
would that if Jimmy Jazz was ginger, he'd eat you and turn more orange.
Listen, that's a rad, weird answer from a kid with